Screw the optics. We are going in early, and seeing as we are already so painfully late to one endeavor, might as not, well, make it two. Rogue Trader it is then, after V never showed up for Rogue Trader, for the D&D Crusade campaign. Speaking of, Filthy Casual said in that video, number the bloody videos for future watchers. Also, hi Rags, hi Dev. Is the dog pill good for Rags? Number video. Just look at the dates. Bruce Jackson becomes a bridge god worshipper, thank you very much. And Gabriel Nartea says, please tell me the two horses will be named DNI, diversity and inclusion. Maybe. So instead, we are going to continue our Rogue Trader adventures. It's a role-playing game. It's, kind of sort of the same thing in a generalistic aspect, isn't it? I think so, more or less. Did I remove the thing? There we go. I removed the thing. There we are. Look at that. Perfect. Ideal. Flawless. Unblemished. Right, we are looking for a navigator today, I do believe, as we need one to move our ship through hell. And the best way to move our ship through hell is obviously to find a cute girl to guide us through hell, as is ever the only true way to do anything. Lord Captain, reporting the heralds of the Navis Nobilitae continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Eurac V being off-limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbit. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around immediately. I don't know if I want to do that. We also detect an accumulation of space debris near the station's dock. Presumably it is the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Nobilitae House requires aid, and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Scan the station for hostile life signs. Yes, Lord Captain. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned. So the question remains, why are the esteemed navigators, heralds, ignoring us? Trouble. That's why. Vox Master Vigdis. Trouble ahead. And Artemis Fowl says the RNG gods hath forsaken the Catboy, as they should. We will invade a Navis Nobilitae station without approval. They need our help, said the police officer as he approached the house with the broken window, after he'd thrown a rock at it. Turn back, no one dares give me orders. No, Lord Captain, of course not. Order the crew to commence docking with the station. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so we'll have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Yes, invade them. Invade them now. Commence sounding procedures. We must measure the depth of this plot hole most thoroughly, yes.
Dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. We have lost this battle again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir.
permission to execute them.
Wretches. Wretches indeed. Delayed action execution. That was that was pretty funny. I like how he fires the shotgun, and if in some B movie the guys go like, "Oh, right," and falls over. Step back, or I will unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. I love the fact that they have a contextual for the Emperor there. It's like, oh, in case you didn't know who that was, he's kind of like a big deal in these parts. Answer in High Gothic, yes. Respond in Pompous. The system has been under the protection of the Windscale Dance for many years. Admittedly, I did not expect to meet another rogue trader in my lifetime. And since fate has brought such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of the station. So you did not come to offer support to the traitors? This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Eurac V is a holy sanctum for House Orcelio, and that the path to it only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. Pains me to say that I'm going to have you suck your own shotgun unless you stand aside. Where did all these corpses come from? That's a good question. Betrayal. A most banal thing in the life of the nobility, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orcelio, the second keeper of Eurac V and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivable. They dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia, and are now torturing her upstairs, while we are idly chatting down here. Help me rescue her, or begone, but waste not my precious time. This particular cocksocket is being rather impertinent. For the last time, I suspect.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Attack! Oh, yes, maybe. And you will do. That's a good one, too. I like that one. I'm looking for a navigator, and it'll have to be you. Reigning Terror says, Archley, what happened with D&D? V never showed up to D&D, and so it was cancelled. Black Juice says, more Cat gameplay? Oh, come on now. Old Cat's not so bad. Hey, Yanovich.
Fire is
How are you
answer.
doing? Yanovich is an excellent animator, by the way. You should definitely check out his stuff. He makes excellent 40k content, even if it's skirting the lines of legality with GW these days. And Asbergan for $10. Hey, Arch. Syntax. Hey, Arch, my boy. How goes Trader for you? I'd stopped playing earlier because of a game-stopping bug, but it's the first one I had in 12 hours of gameplay. Damn. Yeah, no, I've heard it was a little bit buggy, but I haven't encountered anything yet. Hopefully you'll fix your playthrough, too, soon enough. And, Black Jew. Arch, how is the visual novel with RPG elements? I'm quite liking it. It's well written from a 40k perspective, absolutely, and the combat is fun enough as well.
Service guarantees citizenship.
It's functional. Now, chat. There has already been a donation to Romance the Navigator waifu, so at the moment the opportunity to kill waifu is off the table. So we will continue to rescue waifu. That is, unless somebody really wishes to dispute that for some reason. But okay. Well, we'll go with an early engage with the audience poll today. Oh, God, you won't let me? There. I think I mispronounced spelled tie, but that's fine. There you go, chat. I mean, it would speed up proceedings. There is definitely something sus going on this station, and no doubt about it. Something tremendously sus. But, I mean, outwardly, there is no chaotic manifestations on them. They appear to be good and honest servants of the throne, don't they? He's even got a stick with a sort of pseudo-aquila on it. In fact, I believe it's the icon of the Navis Nobilite rather than a sort of pseudo-icon on a stick, but you know. Asmagan, oh, by the way, sorry, I haven't checked in for a long while. Life's been, well, life, I suppose. It is ever life, is it not? I hope you're doing well, though, sir. Black Jew says remove her from life. Oh, gosh. Alright, well. The option to kill the Navigator is currently up by $2. Very unfortunate for the Navigator. Of course, you can tag that to anything, mind you, as well. McWell 11, at least no romance psycho diversity higher. At least no romance psycho diversity. I cannot I cannot unpickle the meaning of your words, sir. Shit. No romance psycho diversity. Oh, no romance. Idra? Ira? That one? That one? I'm presuming that one. So, Mike Wild, my brother in Christ, you are going to have to specify a bit more. Just post it in the regular chat, it's fine. The real Holznader, unironically, kick V and replace with Artemis. I don't know how that would work out. I wonder. I don't think Artemis could play well with normal people. I don't know at all. Unpotatoed? Salomon? Unpotatoed Salomon, yes. Arch, like the podcast episode you did with Side Scrollers, got me over the last 1/3 of my shift yesterday. Well, I'm glad to hear it. You're very welcome, sir. It was a good little talk as well. I quite enjoyed it. You should check it out. It is on Side Scrollers on YouTube. Should be easy enough to find. Why did 666 say taint the Navigator bloodline with standard genes? All right, we're I think that puts us at exact equality there. And mechanics on duty, $2, 40k harem romance anime. Gather all girls. And MacWild specifies, yes, EDO draw. Alright, well that places Navigator Waifu solidly in the lead yet again by, I believe, by a whole $6 dues. Navigator Waifu. Right, have I bought enough time for the vote? 168 votes. 62% tie his corpse to the front of the boat. Very well. Chat has spoken with one voice on this, or as close to one voice as chat will ever possess, being an amorphous hive mind entity. Alright, this is not your lucky day, sir. You decided to sass the holy personage of the rogue trader. It is time for your butt to be thrown out of an airlock. Lord Captain, we still need a navvy. Sir, we do still need one. No. I would rather drift through space than be insulted by lowly riffraff like this. Felix Orselio says, you invade the sacred dominion of the Navis nobility and have the audacity to threaten me on my own station? You shall face your inglorious demise, scion of a great family. Gods!
I have lost.
Oh, right, well, never mind, sir. It doesn't matter anymore.
I won't heed your cries of mercy.
For the Emperor!
Now that's diplomacy right there.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
All right, Arch. After pissing everyone off, you go scuttle off into cover, as you usually do. Ah, God, I love diplomacy. It really does give everyone an opportunity to, you know, come together and understand one another's positions more thoroughly. Yes, yes. Right, have we got a good shot here? Maybe. Oh,
I have lost.
if I go there. Yes.
I'll do it.
Let's do the good old run gun. Argento will neatly... Oh, we've got a bad guy over there as well. Neatly sneak
Heresy's
on
the
over
question.
onto their flanks
Fire is the
Douses for the
answer.
weak.
and let rip. Nice, nice, nice. You didn't kill anyone, though, Argento, my dear. Please. I would like
Faith
you to
without
put some of them in
deeds
the
is
dirt, if at all possible. One kill, two very heavily wounded. I'll take it. I will take it. His supreme glorious greatness, Sir Arch of Terror. I do still quite enjoy my name. Adelblad's not in a position to do anything useful here. So we're buffing Argenta then. I'm thinking of turning off the buffing animations because they do kind of take mayhaps a bit too much time out of everything, don't they? Another full auto,
I'll do
sir? Yes, don't mind if I do. Oh, hello. Hardly the clearest of sight lines, but I'm feeling pretty confident in my ability to not
Suits
shoot
my
Adelblad in the back. Well, I didn't shoot Adelblad, so my confidence was indeed justified.
I'm enraged.
I'm not injured, I'm angry. That's a good quote line. I'm not wounded, I'm pissed off. That is a really good voice line. That's an Arnold Schwarzenegger voice line right there.
On the battlefield.
And Idra, stop hiding in cover and zap them. Many gratitudes. Let's put forewarning on Adelblad.
Was that you? Or
Expose secrets on Felix Orselio. He who does not know how to speak to his objective
I have
betters.
lost.
I will do my reduced to dust. It will be done.
Oh god, I
At
cannot
your
wait
beck and
until
call.
Adelblad gets even crazier. I see your shotgun blast and I neatly sidestep it.
shields me.
As one does when shot at by, you know, sorting materials or
I am
perfect.
his will made manifest.
There we go, and we're full ammunition again. Right, now I can use 4 single shots, if I remember correctly, so...
Heresy's the question.
As the Emperor
Fire is the
commands,
answer.
I act. This is why I was chosen.
You're tougher than you look, don't you, darling? Okay.
I'll do it.
Darn it. Okay, one more.
As the Emperor
I have
commands,
lost.
I act. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Do not think me flanked
Faith
merely
without
because
deeds
you're,
is worth each stroke
besides
of
me.
prayer.
I love how this game focuses on lots of enemies, by the way. Like, I love that. So many RPGs have way too few enemies in them. Like, you gotta make everybody feel like a complete badass when you do this stuff, right? That is a big important
Nothing
thing.
I
You gotta
can't
attack
do.
the guy with lots of enemies and just smash on through them. That's fun. That is engaging. And, you know, just turn his head inside out, maybe? No?
High momentum.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. It will be done.
Facile. Not a challenge worthy of my skills.
I tire of idleness. Let's move.
Go over there and kick his corpse a few times, please. In the nuts, if you are so kind. And we should probably level up as well at some point. That'd be
The
probably
Emperor
fairly
sets
wise.
my path.
Marching on.
We should maybe even consider to set up a formation for our dudes. But first, Artemis Fowl said, Arch missed me calling Yanovich a towel lover. Well, he might be, who knows? It could be a particular disgusting fetish of his. Black Jew donates 30 shekels for End Her. Let's see, okay. That narrows the lead. There's still $3 in favor of the Navis
I'll lay
Nobility.
claim to the stars.
Unless... Oh god, what is... Shekels to USD. God help me. I never thought. Oh, never mind, never mind. That puts $2 towards ending her, actually. My god. At this rate, we're gonna have to kill the poor woman. Such a tragedy. JD says the negotiations were short as they should be. That's true. That is true. Reverend Norse, there's only one worthy female in this, Bolter bitch. That is true as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sadly, you cannot romance Bolter bitch. I apologize. I apologize. If you want to push that toward Navigator or ending her, you may do so as well. I'll look at it in the chat. And Alex Adamson, you're streaming, Arch. What about D&D? D&D was tragically cancelled today due to there not being any V showing up at all. We waited for 30 minutes and no V showed, so instead of simply just ending the day right there, I figured we might as well play something else, right? And Rogue Trader, it's a role-playing game, you know, it fits in fairly well with everything else. Alright. I mean, I want to take toughness, because toughness is the best ability in this game, but this is clearly the face character we're building here, so fellowship it is. Combat master, swift movement, dueling master, las weapon. I'm thinking maybe a nice little sniper rifle, like we did last time, might be a good idea. Then again, you know, being in melee wouldn't be terrible either. I've got functional ballista or toughness. Flame weapon, bolt weapon. I mean, I'd love a bolt rifle, a bolt sniper rifle. That would be kick ass.
Service guarantees citizenship.
Carouse, logic, demolition, commerce. You know, yes, I'll take the commerce skill, actually, because if I'm going to be the face character, might as well hammer that home, right? Might as well hammer it home, indeed. Only sensible. Wasabi, $10 to Navigator waifu, please. Okay, okay. Navigator waifu will live. Filthy casual says marry her corpse. I don't know if that's possible. I'm not sure if that's possible at all.
I have lost. Shit.
Yanovich, I shall put all Tau-loving slander to rest by uploading a deliberately one-sided lore video where the Imperium shits on the Tau. Good, good, as is only correct. That is how it
Heresy's
should
the
be.
question. Fire is the answer.
Like you. With 30 shekels, remove. I believe that is... That brings it to equal, but Navigator waifu, please, Vasabi. Alright, we're back to 10 to let her live.
I have lost. Shit.
God damn it, this was rather contentious, wasn't it? That foul. Arch, how is Scott Pilgrim coming along? Finished with the books. I am planning to watch the movie today as I have a snack. And then all I need to do is the anime, and then I will be through it, and then I can make my opinions on it clear. Epicenter of Slaughter. Absolutely, that one is fantastic. And toughness. See, extra damage is cute, but if you want a tank, which is what I want Adelblad to become, toughness, 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 toughness uber alles, in fact. Willpower is the first character to withstand the horrors of the warp. Yep, definitely. Willpower for the crazy psycho woman, no doubt about it. Nimble? Nimble, because I'm going to be putting her in the open a lot to make the best use of her pretty kick-ass chain lightning ability. I do like chain lightning. Ballistic skills? I mean, yeah, done. She needs to hit shit. Pretty simple. Rack and Ruin deals damage to 3 different enemies sold against 10 plus 2 exponent for the next attack in the current combat. That's very good, but that does mean you need to hit 3 different enemy soldiers, which is... I like it. I mean, it's really cool, but what damage for the next attack in the current combat? And it is the next attack in the current combat, so...
Heresy's
and that is potentially
the answer.
a big boost of damage, but... Oh, it's...
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
No, critical rate. It's so circumstantial. It's like, it sounds great, but you'd really need to kind of focus in on it to make it, like, worthwhile,
Heresy's
I feel
the
like.
question. Fire is the answer.
How does one set formation, I wonder? I'm certain... I know for a
I won't tolerate
fact
weakness.
there's a way to set up formations. I just have no gosh darn clue how right now. Cargo, void ship. Formation. Thank you, chat. Yes, okay. Adelblad to the fore, obviously. Adelblad to the front. Bolter Woman and Idra, and me at the rear. There you go.
I have lost.
Follow my lead.
Much better. Much superior. The elevator's power is out. Okay, so we're gonna need to fix that first and foremost. Navigator waifu, please, says Wasabi. Alright.
Unexpected result.
Unexpected result. Simple dimples.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Traps.
We should deal with this.
More traps, okay. Traps ahead. Will you automatically... Yes, you will automatically pick whoever is good at disarming traps. Good.
The Emperor favors me today. Duty prevails.
Bolter waifu as demolition
Service
expert.
guarantees citizenship.
That makes a certain amount of sense. We have a guard up ahead, and he is red, indicating that he is presumably not a friend of Arch.
I have lost. Shit.
Artemis Fowl says Janovic doth protest too much against his towel-loving charges. Oh. I mean, it's difficult to imagine that anyone would
Service guarantees citizenship.
would like the Tau, but some people have very deviant tastes. Stand firm, we must not let the miscreants defile House Orselio.
Heresy's the question.
Fire at will for House Orselio. To be fair, they do have a certain argument for why they might wish to viciously and brutally murder me right now. I have upended the apple cart just a little bit, somewhat brutally. Can I get through there? Yes, I can. Okay. They seem upset. Seething, even, maybe. I really want to put you in the open to shoot down there, but I also really don't want to actually put you in the open, so... Behind cover you go, sister. Okay, that actually kind of hurt quite a lot.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Did he just... Did he just execute one of his friends? Okay, that's mildly amusing. That guy never liked him. Oh, fair enough. I feel like you could have perhaps have picked a better time to... Wow, they are doing far more damage to themselves than I am actually doing right now. Very well. Very well indeed. Okay, should have used run and gun first. River Norse, seed the three-eyed gypsy arch. You are a noble, she is nobility, and make Argenta watch so she knows what she is missing out on. It's a good point. That's a very good point.
I have lost.
That's a very good point indeed. Artemis found the Navigator Psychus. Psychus used the Immaterium. The Immaterium is the realm of chaos. Chaos is heresy. Heretics should burn. Purify the Navigator holy fire. Right through the game blind.
I have lost. Shit.
Okay, Jesus. $100 too to kill Navigator waifu. Oh, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. $80 lead, I think, now. Az has a new name. 2 of the king's finest pounds to woo the Navigator. Thank you very much, sir. That decreases the lead. JD's new gold standard. Broadly speaking, is the game shaping up as hoped? Yes, absolutely. I think it is. Very much so.
As the Emperor commands,
I mean, the story itself is really, really nice. They're really good. I like the story a tremendous amount. And the writing, too. Please don't put one in Adelblad's back of the head. Thank you very much.
I'll do it.
You missed the guard, too, though. Try again. My God, woman. Sometimes I really do wonder if anybody taught her to actually aim, since her aiming so far has been absolutely
Tried and tested
terrible.
tactics are the best ones.
I do not appreciate it. Do not appreciate it whatsoever.
I will do my duty.
Alright, well, at least Adelblad continues to be the man-mountain that he is, thank God. Grey for Navigator Bloodlines, cause who doesn't want to have a noble line of the Emperor's design?
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Absolutely. Alright. A mere $70 lead now. Good, good.
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
Probably want to put Adelblad in a bit better position. He is a bit exposed. And now that the enemy has run out of friends to kill... That does not give him movement, though, does it? And no movement points. Yes, indeed.
Suits my
Okay,
purposes.
better putting it on Argenta, then.
As the Emperor
Spray and
commands,
pray.
I act.
2 hits, 2 hits. 2 hits is 2 hits.
Nothing I can't do.
And Idara. I should get a long last for myself, yes. Yes, I probably should.
I know what is to come.
Alright, let's put forewarning on Adelblad. And I think we can zap him too.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Going pretty well, pretty well. Artemis fouled on these $2. Poor people can cope and seethe. That's mean. Cruel, in fact.
I will endure.
Really hope Adelblad never turns on us. Is that
Pain
yes?
and duty go hand in hand.
I think if Adelblad turns on us, that is going to be very tragic, as it's going to require pretty much my entire team to even have a chance in hell of putting Adelblad down. It would be most unfortunate. A 35% chance of killing that guy.
I'll do
Nah.
it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Good, good. Reduce their numbers.
High momentum.
Follow my lead.
Cowardly little shits are running away.
At your beck and call. I took care of
Splat.
this
Splitch.
one. One fewer target.
19 damage. I do
will be
enjoy
done.
the fact that he's doing twice their entire health bars of damage in single swings. Krieg Guardsman, hey Lord Inquisitor Arch. I haven't been able to catch a live stream in a while, so please take this unworthy one's credit and apology and show mercy. Oh, nothing to apologize for. Of course, of course. I am happy to see
My
you.
tactics are flawless.
Do you wish to put that towards saving Navigator Waifu, by the way? Yeah, it's very important. We need to save Navigator Waifu. She is currently being attacked by Artemis. He's trying to be mean to Navigator Waifu. I do not know why. He might not. He might just hate women. Who knows? See, if you really want to play this game on easy male mode, why not just make a party of 5
Guided
Adelbloods?
by faith.
I feel like that would be pretty goddamn effective.
Each strike is a prayer.
Okay, alright, so you missed the 85% shots, but you nailed the 17% ones. I see.
My place is at the fore.
I mean, fair enough, fair enough. Nah.
Let's see how they respond to this.
Alright, heathen. Cool.
What is this
See
foreboding?
Piss yourself. In
Hate
fear.
cleanses the body.
For the heathen knows that his days are numbered.
Rejoice in battle.
Adelblad is coming, and there is nothing he can do about it. His only hope is that Sister Argenta kills him with a bolt round to the face, simply blowing out his brain all over the floors and dying a relatively kind and gentle death. That is his only hope at the moment.
Doubt is for the weak.
Because if Adelblad reaches him, well,
Power resides in the will of the
his
righteous.
death will be a lot messier. We'll try to give him mercy. We'll use our special abilities. I am a kind and gentle soul, but
As the
Sister
Emperor
Argenta
commands,
is
I
not.
act.
Yep.
Faith without deeds is
no.
worthless.
Argenta is like, you will die by bolts
I'll
or
do
by
it.
chainsword.
None can escape
Oh, no, never
the
mind.
Emperor's judgment.
A last moment of mercy. A last moment of kindness. See, unironically
I'll
though,
lay
dying
claim
by
to the
chainsword has got to be the worst thing ever. Like, it has got to be the shittiest death imaginable. Because you don't die quick. You know,
Victory
that's not a laceration damage. That's not a explosive death by sudden, overwhelming trauma, you know. You don't go numb
See?
or anything
Right
as like
there.
with a weapon. No. You get torn apart. Like, bits and pieces of you are annihilated and flung out of your body. Like, your entire system just breaks
my
down
lead.
under unfathomable, pain-induced stress. And it's not even likely to be immediately lethal. You're gonna have to bleed out from that wound, probably. Like, oh, God. It is the worst weapon ever. It really is. Because
I rise to
it
the
takes
occasion.
the horror of getting of a chain, because everyone's afraid of chainsaws for obvious reasons, and just goes like, what if we just make this into a weapon? What if we just make
None
this
shall stand
into a
in my
sidearm? Huh? Well, what if we do that? What if we do that? Horror and awfulness. That's what happens if you do that. Krieg Huntsman, absolutely, towards saving Navigator Waifu, as well as your greatness, Arch. Thank you very much. There we go. The lead closes.
Service guaranteed
The Reeve guy,
citizenship.
breathe the Navigator Waifu repeatedly. I mean, save the Navigator Waifu. Breeding 3-armed babies. 3-armed babies? Oh, now we're heading into Tyranid territory. 3-armed ones.
Service guarantees citizenship.
The Holznader, I have sent you a picture. You should look at it. Have you sent me a picture? Oh, V schedules a stream. Night tried, Bjort must save the Navigator waifu. And Black Knight for the Emperor, purge the heretics, save Navigator waifu. Thank you very much, sir. Navigator waifu is safe.
Heresy.
What
Navigator
advice do you
waifu
seek?
has
Fire
been
is
rescued.
the answer.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
By the efforts of chat.
Oh, this master-crafted patellar augment
I have-
is not
I have lost.
fit for a servitor.
Mastercrafted what implant? Pituitary implant? What? You've changed your hips out somehow.
Service guarantees
sir.
citizenship.
Right, okay, did I pick up anything more useful in that giant melee? Because I feel like maybe I should. Scrappy auto gun. Negotiator. Ooh.
Heresy's the question.
I
Fire is
like the
answer.
name. Dodge reduction 20, rate of fire 2, range 5, max ammo 30. Second physical like the melting effect. Excuse me? 5 plus persuasion, I like it. Deflection by 1 and armor by 10%. Okay. My bolt pistol, a stub
Service
revolver,
guarantees citizenship.
is actually kind of better, but the negotiator pistol, like that's, oh, look at it. Oh yeah, that's a rogue trader weapon right there. That is a rogue trader weapon right there.
I have lost. Shit.
Wrath of Saint Drusus, 11 to 14. Actually, the chainsword, his cleave, strike. And also saying has any hit targets between and combat doesn't stack. No, I prefer the cleave ability. If I'm to be entirely honest, you could use a stub revolver though, sir, just in case. You really don't need another weapon. We're not giving her a las gun. No, Ripper auto pistol, Scrappy auto gun, rate of fire 4. Okay, no. Unfading valor. Definitely the better weapon for her. And las guns. Okay. Dodge penalty. Armor. Flak chest plates. Nah, the body glove looks
lost.
cooler.
Shit.
Yep, that one's better for you. And that one's better for you too. We haven't actually picked up a whole lot of useful stuff yet, have we?
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Loot. Delicious loot.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Spare me your wailing, witch. Every voice that sounds in your mind is a whisper of the archenemy.
I have lost.
Correct.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Noble silk gloves. Well, excuse me as I
have
immediately put
lost.
those on my hands. There you go. Much better. Grey, okay, got to offset some Artemis' misguided attempts of thinking. He
Heresy's the
clearly
question. Fire is the answer.
He clearly have no idea what he is doing. Correct, absolutely correct, no doubt about it. Jesus, this turned active all of a sudden. Oh, Jesus. Oh, thank you. For the Emperor, Reverend Norse, 1,000 Swedish kroners. Thank you very much, sir. Incredibly generous. For the Navigator Snooze New Fund and to mess with Artemis. Hail to the Bridge God. Thank you. Artemis Fowl. Sorry, my hand twitch looks like the three-eyed freak will still perish. I know, Artemis. Tiba 113. Save the waifu. Securing a harem is the whole point we're here. Good point. Hippo Hegemony, $20. Thank you very much. Hail Overlord, kill the Navigator, breed the sister. Oh, breed the sister. But we can't breed the sister, though. Also, there's a tech priest you can add to the party if you go to a planet far left of the map. You can go back to Void Ship if you want to pick up another fighter. He's awesome. I do know about that, yes. But we can't breed the Bolter waifu. I apologize. I know. Obviously, Argenta is the best waifu. Obviously, just look at her. Okay, her model does not do her any favors, mind you. But Argenta, good girl, and yet, for some mysterious reason, the developers continuously say that we are not allowed to breed Bolter waifu. I know, it's ridiculous, but apparently someone on the team just hates good-looking Bolter bitches. Somebody on the team is a massive misogynist. That's what they are. And they hate the Sisters of Battle. I can't explain it either.
Victory awaits!
Is there anything else in here? Yes, there is.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
I'm restless. When the faithful are idle,
Restless.
heresy grows.
I am presuming there will be a switch here. There is.
I better myself through my service.
Just listen to her. She's clearly the perfect wife material. She's obviously perfect wife material. Hakurai has been a member for 12 months. Thank you very much, sir. Hello, Arch. What happened to D&D? Also, can we have Kibs back to ArchCast podcast? Less arguing, more interesting stuff.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh, well, I don't need to go through there when I have this, do I? The D&D was cancelled because V did not show up. We waited for 30 minutes, but he never arrived, and so it was postponed. We will try to see if there's any opportunity to reschedule it, but
none shall stand in my way.
Unlikely. We're probably going to wait for next Thursday, tragically. He's hearing voices. That's usually not a good sign. Shoot him now in self-defense. Uh-oh. Sir, what are you doing? Get a hold of yourself, sir! Sir! Pull out your gun, raid trooper. Shoot him! Oh, no. They told me. They whispered.
I have lost. Shit.
Alright, okay. Well, clearly, this station has been somewhat... Oh.
Follow my lead!
Excuse me? What? So, you're a traitor. Let me shoot at you. I missed. Well, I guess I'll just self-terminate then. So, the people we met at the entranceway that claimed to be loyal servants may probably not have been quite so loyal after all. In fact, they may have been warp-tainted scum.
Victory awaits!
For all I know. It seems quite likely, indeed. Wasabi, Navigators are the lifeblood of the Imperium. Without them and the Golden Throne, the Imperium would fall apart. It would indeed, sir. It would indeed. Navigators are good and honest critters that deserve our love and head pats. Robert Waitsworth, I pop in. It sounds like we must save the waifu. We must. We must protect waifu.
It's about time.
We must protect waifu from Artemis's terribly misguided attempts at being mean to waifu. Cogitator windscreen is covered in cracks and stained with dried blood. The button switches and levers were ripped out of the control panel with the exceptional cruelty and scattered around the sacred mechanism that now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. Alright. Artemis Fowl with another $100. Thank you, Artemis.
I have lost.
Maybe you should ease up a little bit. Go now. I will take you on. I will take you all on. End the Navigator. Right. This turned into a bit of a civil war. I don't understand this cruelty. Okay, that puts the Kill the Navigator waifu up again by, I think, $68. Why was this become a thing? It was just about romancing the Navigator. Romancing Navigator, good. Hippie hegemony. Correction. Far right off the map, and the modders will fix the inevitable to create more loyal servants to Big E. I hope so. Yes. Yes. They must fix. Now, again, modders. You've got to just write it out, make it, create it. Just let's get to banging a bolter bitch, okay? Write out the whole sex scene. Like, my lord, worship at my temple. Yes. My holy fountain overflows. I mean, come on. Owlcat allows you to bang an actual succubus. Surely this cannot be a problem, right? You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen on the sacred engine flickers. The Cogitator's inside emit creaks and groans, and the luminescent oscillates at random. It takes a while, but eventually the marine spirits do grant you access to the Cogitator systems. Main chamber control. Open all doors, definitely. Data corrupted. Logic 40. It's like, yes, logic dictates that this random strings of ones and zeros is the correct option. And it was. I am a tech adept, I am. This is Officer A280. You copy several generators overheated on the lower levels. Chamber 8D armed powered. Tech police crew to investigate problem is not responding. Request backup. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression of the living quarters. We look at trace of mechanical interference. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Officer sabotage. When Fox in 20 minutes, may the Emperor save our souls. Senior station officers, this is the captain speaking. We've attempted to contact the Windscale Scion for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure it was even sent in the first place. A rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor, you hear me? Anyone. If you are in doubt, shoot to kill. Okay, so we are very clearly looking at deliberate sabotage here, and the deliberate sabotage is coming from within the station, as the officers themselves are the grumpy pusses. Alexander Bryant says Romanian online. Say hello. Do not bully me. I'm sure he had a reason. I hope. Robert Wadsworth, save the waifu, otherwise you will need new art. Also, am I the only one who would like a crypto-psych option? A cryo-psycho option, or is it just me? No, I would like for there to be way more variation in the psychos, honestly. Way more variation. Let's see now then. Because I am a little bit disappointed by the lack of, like, variety in the skills, right? I would like a pyro-psych or a cryo-psych or a chrono-psychic. Because remember, every piece of psychic power is supposed to actually be unique to that psyker and only to that psyker. So having everyone have the same powers actually doesn't make a whole lot of material sense in universe. The servants close to the child have started butchering one another again, an order come from above to have the remains reprocessed. Again. Oh, is this just a common day occurrence, is it? The negotiations with the Winter Scales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's power. Data expunged. Huh. So the Navigator is driving people batshit, is she? Identity confirmed. Regent Aronto Orselio. Data of visit classified. Reason for visit classified. Date of departure declassified. So Orselio was here. Damage to technical compartments. Warning, living quarters, deep pressure. Warning, number cessation. Energy regulation system unknown error. Station will transfer ore to emergency power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. Warning. Required access level security captain or above. Current access level senior security officer. Tech use. Hacked. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but a list of the most recent commands have been embedded in the machine spirit consciousness. Now flips across the screen a single creeping line. Child, delete picked flow, disable access code, animal station controls, delete active shuttle, self-destruct, purge, command log. Only Keeper Station have access to the life support system, but Keeper Theobald had not left the child's side, and neither had I. Could it be that? Theobald Orselio, upper chamber. Clemio Orselio. Biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress levels exceed the permissible limit, status unknown error. Attention, calming procedure advised. Attention, upper chambers inaccessible. Error. The main elevator mechanism is not powered. Error. The control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact the station keeper of the Navis Laboratorium Custodian. So it looks like chat's lack of patience for
None
impertinence
shall stand in my way.
has been 1000% vindicated.
Done.
As that rude fella must have been the one to destroy the shuttle, who initiated the self-destruct sequence to blow it up, and thus was also
We
the one,
must
probably,
act.
to start
A new challenge
sabotaging the station. And release whatever madness currently plagues these people.
for me. I'll
Chat
lay
knew.
claim to the stars.
Chat knew immediately what was going on. They did not need... Uh-oh. That's
I won't tolerate weakness.
not a good sign. Huh.
It's about time.
Locked. Wait, there was an unlock sequence there. I thought I did that. Yep, because it's all jammed so I can't call for help. Open all doors. Data corrupt. The passage has been opened. There we go. Right, I knew there were a reason to press all of these various buttons. Oh. Now what did I do? Am I gonna... Oh, God. What did I do? Oh, okay. Right, I was getting worried there that would be one of those, you've released the end of mission boss. Prepare yourself to be annihilated
Victory
by a
awaits.
juggernaut of corn stomping down on your dicks. Okay, did I get through everything? No, I did not. What was it? Save the waifu, otherwise you will need new art. Dear read out. Krieg's Guardsman, more funds for Navigator waifu, and have the glowing squirrel sent to the Emperor's side immediately for this heresy. True, indeed. Benson, Monkey Paw, Argentina romance mod, but lesbian. Argentia romance mod, but lesbian. I wouldn't mind it. I would in fact cheer it on. Macquarie 11, save the cheerleaders, save the world. By the way, Meme does not care for Navigator, and neither do I. So far, so hilarious. Save the cheerleaders, save the world.
A new challenge for me?
That was a meme for a very long time. What's that moving as?
Follow my lead.
According to my calculations, that still leaves us at, I think, 30 for killing Navigator waifu. $30 for killing Navigator
I won't
waifu.
tolerate weakness.
Pushed entirely by a heretic and a traitor, clearly. $30. What cruel fate. But it's still time. Oh, God, I remember this. I remember spending far too long doing dumb shit with these vials.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
There's also ample evidence that the Navis Nobilité has
I
been doing
did
some
fine.
dodgy shit. Synthetic amniotic fluid pools across the floor, barely discernible traces stretch to the side opposite of the entrance. The caustic stench of reagent sears your nostrils, and broken glass crunches underfoot. Somebody wanted to destroy the laboratory or find something.
Victory awaits.
We should deal with this.
30% of heretic trophies cargo. Oh, boy. Okay. We have heretic shit in the Novice Nobilite station, do we? Plus a bunch of artificial birthing containers. Oh, boy.
Follow my lead.
Oh, somebody was engaged in some derpy shit here. Lady Cassia's Medicae. They all just lost their minds. Please, don't kill me. Can I talk to him? I'm skeptical towards you, sir. Transducer?
I won't
Okay, that restarts the elevator. Nice. Sorry, it gave us the things to restart it with. Wasabi, $50. Thank you very much, sir. You've been incredibly generous today, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Incredibly so. Save the Navigator. Save the Navigator it is. Navigator, good girl. Navigator, best girl. Alright, I remember this. I remember this. There was a lot of stuff here. Oh, God. How did this work? Mr. Ferru's garments are clean. It's not that one. Keep a... As we consider it as realism material flesh and never debilitate, as we thought. Navigator is positively resistant to the relentless current of the warp. The God Emperor truly does shield some people against corruption and misery, but let us get back to the study of mortal flesh. And other servants will be carrying shortly. I must ready the organ extraction equipment. Now, Black Water. Words that could have entered my mind. God Emperor be praised. I am lucky to still have my head on my shoulders. It will make an important discovery that adamantium cement suit protect the frail flesh low one to a degree. Okay, this is the thing, isn't it? So I don't even know my character can handle this temper, so we should probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. Next experiment, we're calling datacrypt K04OH. K04OH. I mentioned that the chunk of a meteorite I found with Keep Folk subject is completely useless.
I have lost.
Although its shining granules could be used to make new paints for the child. Yes, I think I'm going to do exactly that. It's like, I've got this, there's meteor here. I think I'm going to grind it down to paint.
Guarantees citizenship.
So the child can paint with it. I see. Robert Wadsworth, in the almost probable DLC, what new companions would you want? My personal favorite is exiled Nekton Cryptek, also say waifu. Well, they have confirmed one new Space Marine companion. That is confirmed in one of the DLCs, because there are already 2 DLCs pre-announced, one of which will have a Space Marine. And I don't mind. In fact, I would like a Space Marine on Space Marine romance, yes. Let's have a Blood Angel Space Marine get all oily, hot and bothered, and get up to that Space Wolves and go, I hear you like to wrestle on Fenris. And proceed from there. A Cryptek would be cool, or just an Adeptus Mechanicus priest that is a cold trader, somebody that specializes in alien weaponry. That would be really enjoyable. I would like that a lot.
Fire is the answer.
I would like that a tremendous deal, because I've always been really fond of the idea of cold traders. Mechanicus Adepts to specifically check out alien technology and try to use them to the Imperium's good. Like, that's always really fascinated me. Better the World Project, save the Navigator, she will see us through, also pretty sure there's no option to kill her. We'll create a noble line to serve the Emperor. I think there was, I remember an option to do so, I think, from the beta playthrough. I am almost certain, if I'm not, well, there's going to be a tremendous amount of egg on my face in the not too distant future. I hope not. And the DCV Titan, 50 Canadian dollars, thank you very much, sir. Save the Navigator, breed the waifu, breed all the waifus for the Emperor. Wow, the ship is just going to be 100% full of little mutated baby archers. Okay, now, so this is the thing, right? You've got 4 reagents, Navigator flesh sample, unidentified acid, biogel, and black water. And there's also the adamantium shard. Yes, there. Okay, a meteor chunk. I
None
need
shall
to
stand in my way.
catalyst flask, tissue flask, data crypt. I need to grind up. I need to grind up the adamantium shard. There was a grinder
Follow my
here.
lead.
Transducer?
Something of interest.
Yes, adamantium dust. There you go. And I can also grind up the meteor. And I shall. Meteorite dust. There we go. Okay.
Victory awaits.
Now comes the puzzle cleaning part. I don't know about puzzles, chat. I'm not very good at puzzles.
Service guarantees.
More and more
citizenship.
servants are being influenced by the Immaterium, and it has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Windscale dynasty. So it's not the Navigator who's turning people crazy. It is the crystal in my hand. Oh, goody. Sudden thoughts of execution leap to mind. Strongly recommend finely grinding the reagent to catalyze it. Do not use acid under any circumstances. Trust me, you will not like having to tend to the burns for the next dozen turns in a row. Okay, that's a bit of nice of meta commentary there. Like, don't do that. Seriously, like, don't use the acid. Like, seriously, you're gonna wound yourself for an extended period of time. Just don't. All right,
It's
crystal
about
dust
time.
it is then. That was not the book. Was that the book? Yes. This calls something more basic. Oh, and more thing. The tech priest blessed the data crypt H41OK for the calculated number of chronoturns. It is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. Malfunction over the course of our research and managed to deliver the sacred mechanism into Magos the Optimus' capable hands. Okay, so the data crypt conductor, that's 41OK. That one we know for sure. We need that one. Tissue flask is the Navigator flesh sample. We know that one for sure as well. Oh god, quick save. The reagent. What was it? What was it? Adamantium dust. Some people, adamantium dust and black water. This was the worst idea I could have entered my mind. So do not use adamantium dust and black water, and do not use acid with the crystal dust. So use something more basic. Biogel? It.
A new challenge for me.
Maybe not. I think I exploded it. I do believe I exploded it.
I'll lay
Okay.
claim to the stars.
Okay. Not biogel. Under no circumstances, biogel. Flesh. Flesh we know. Flesh we know. Flesh is an absolute. Meteor dust is useless. Crystal dust dangerous. So adamantium? But then I can use adamantium black water bad. Adamantium acid flesh? Nope. Okay. Not adamantium acid gel either. Alright. I don't know if this is necessary for advancing, but I want to try it anyways. Okay, okay. Never mind, that never happened. I didn't get this wrong. Never. So... adamantium... Not black water. Adamantium biogel? No. No, that obviously that was not the case. Obviously that was not the case. Like that was just like, no, that's not gonna be it. Fun and experiments with booms. Cryptic clues. I'm sure it makes a lot of sense. I'm just too stupid to understand it. Alright, so... and absolutely don't use acid. What about... nope. Okay. Alright. I shall presume that there was nothing important. Alright, one last one. One more. Same scamming part, yes. Oh, maybe the journal actually tells me the answer to the problem. That would be nice. Let me see. Defeat the warp creature, excuse me? Oh, that warp creature, okay. Oh, no, I don't think it is actually a, Wrong datasys says mechanic is on duty. Oh, really? Is it... okay. H40 Co. And then... flesh adamantium acid? Because, I mean, that was the one that made the most sense, right? No. God damn it. Okay. 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 I'm not going to spend the next 20 minutes on this. Oh, maybe no. Wait, no. That. Oh God. Okay. No. One more try. Wrong data thing. As in the other data thing. There are 3 data things, not 2 data things. Chat is laughing at me. And, oh, I missed that one. Armor's Trial, Navigator reeks of taint of chaos, cleanse the heresy. No, Bacchimus. Bacchimus is trying too desperately. Bacchimus's efforts will come to naught, I am sure of it. Wait.
Follow my lead.
There. K04OH. Okay, take that out. KO0408. Dust.
Heresy's the question. Fire is the answer.
Save. And acid. Right? God damn it.
Victory awaits.
I figured this out the last time. I figured it out, and now I'm just like, I'm retarded. Okay, never mind. I remember the rewards were shit anyways.
A new challenge for me?
Flesh. I did put the flesh in it. No acid. Okay, fine. Chat. Oh my god. This is gonna be this entire episode. This is gonna be this entire episode. I figured this out. The worst part is, I swear to God, chat, if you don't believe me, when I did this in the beta, I figured it out. I swear, I'm not lying to you. My brain big, brain throbbing, brain large.
None
okay?
shall stand in
I
my
did
way.
it. I did this. I did this by myself. Okay? I achieved this. Mechanicus on duty. See, Mechanicus on duty is a perfect name for this. Is a perfect, ideal name for this. Adamantium Biogel. That is the perfect name for it, as I just imagine him standing off to the side in his robes, just sighing heavily. No, ignoramus. This is how... You gotta put in the right key. That doesn't work either! You lied to me!
I won't
We are
tolerate
the spearhead
weakness.
of the Imperium.
Filthy, dirty pieces of shit. God damn it. Why is there nothing but shrapnel? Okay, one, I've said this multiple times now, but one last attempt. I did it! And now I'm not even thinking, now I'm just like reading in chat and going like, what are you
Service
saying?
guarantees citizenship.
Forgot the flesh? Navigate a flesh sample, right? Yeah, navigate a
Heresy's
flesh
the question.
sample.
Fire is the answer.
Navigate a flesh sample. Definitely navigate a flesh sample. Like, undoubtedly, navigate a flesh sample. That's the core of it, alright? Data crypt K040. K04, yeah, that's correct. Unidentified acid. Unidentified acid. And adamantium dust. I mean, that's correct. Wrong flesh. Mutant sample. Mutant sample. Wrong flesh. Wrong flesh. God help me. Wrong flesh. The flesh is the flesh is weak. Cries in the corner. Wrong flesh. Okay. Well, listen.
It's
Mutated
about time.
flesh. Okay, I didn't find the mutated flesh. Flesh sample. Flesh sample?
Service guarantees citizenship.
I'll lay claim
Flesh
to
sample.
the stars.
Flesh sample. Flesh sample. Acid. Adamantium dust. Yay!
We need to investigate.
Elixirs of warp neutrality. I knew
Victory
I would
awaits.
figure it out. Ah, so smart. Oh, hello there. Wow. I was so smart, I brought the dead back to life. My god, chat. Stand in awe at my powers. Now, that guy's pretty fat. Like, he's a heavy weapons trooper in the Astra Militarum.
None shall stand in my
He's a
way.
member of the big boy Militarum. El Grande Militarum. They of girthiness and tremendousness.
An expected result.
I didn't even need any help
Hold
from
on.
A
chat.
new challenge for me?
Figured it out all by myself. I stood upon the shoulders of giants and then I peed on them. It's a very current year approach to things. Ah, yes.
Service
Yes.
guarantees citizenship.
Did it by myself, I did. Even as the chat is super chatting the correct order. McWall 11, you can do it, Arch Chemist. Save scum harder. Working on it. Robert Wadsworth, $5, thank you. I remember you solved it before and we won't let you leave until you can do it again. I did solve it. I unironically did. Apparently I checked the room more thoroughly the first time. Christopher, tissue flask, mutated flesh sample, catalyst, biogel reagent flask, crystal dust data, crypt connector, one of four. Oh, because there's multiples.
about time.
There are multiple solutions to it. Because I remember we got 2 different results last time. Alright, here we are. Let's see, the Romance Navigator won by $35. Congratulations, Cassia's life has been saved and spared. Her body shall become an incubation chamber for countless little archers, all according to Jet's wishes. Although, looking upon my future breeding sow, I wonder if we have made a terrible, terrible mistake. She does not look healthy right now. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs stands with her arm raised, her hands deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continues to stream from her scarlet, misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under disheveled hair, twitch nervously at your approach. Okay. Didn't notice the gills the first time around, I admit. Oh, Nekusi. Nekusi chat. Nekusi. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense overwhelming soul-smothering power. As the otherworldly creature's gaze slides over you, your entire core shudders in terror. Flashes of past warped nightmares re-emerge from the shadows of your memory and paralyze your will. You gasp for air in terror, drowning under a crushing wave of pain. You cannot catch your breath. Hot tears burn on your cheeks. Why is this happening? Why is it happening to you? Why do you feel so lonely and in so much pain? Do these feelings even belong to you? Yadira. Ow, ow, ow. As if my own little pals weren't bad enough, now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop it. Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. His supreme glorious greatness, Sir Arch of Terror, has 100% chance of persuading Lady Cassia to stop her goddamn wailing. Like, listen, bitch, calm down. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? His supreme glorious greatness, Sir Arch of Terror, Fon Falencius. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Now, if you could shut up everybody else screaming around me. Pardon my manners, His Supreme Glorious Greatness, Sir Arch of Terror. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance at such a time of great sorrow for our house. I do love this civil conversation we're having in the midst of this. The child, Lady Cassia, where are you? Sacred child, throne preserve. You. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either enemy or ally. I'm warning you. One wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orselio down upon your head. Threatening me, old man? That went poorly for the last guy. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one so deranged is making me whispers shriek like crazy. You might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of the dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. At present, I'm trying to remember what's happening at Eurus. I mean you no harm. That's a lie. I've already dispatched Felix. Do you wish to follow him? Yeah, persuasion. I'll grant they do not look like the pirates who have come coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felix's service. So who are you? Man, I just introduced myself. Were you not listening, you old piece of shit? Call me His Supreme Glorious Greatness, Sir Arch of Terror. Attempting to hide your family name will only make me more suspicious of you. I wasn't hiding. However, weak though my eyes may be, they can still make out the noble coat of arms on your attire and the compass that regalia unique to rogue traders. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orselio now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation.
I
Do not
have
hurry
lost.
your answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of a house today. You decide. You do look frightened. What service do you ask of me? Save the sacred child. Take her away from this station. I fear I do not have long left. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent Aranto, acting head of House Orselio in the Corona's expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a Navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. You're talking as though you expect to die here. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felek inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Praise the throne slowly enough to see that the child is taken care of. I do believe I have made my decision indeed. Cassia shall become my third wife. That is good, but do allow us to say our proper farewells. Wake up, my mistress, my sacred child.
I have lost.
It is all over now. It is over.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lord to rejoin the house and its regent in the Corona's expanse. I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Eurac V, and alas, I have less than a day in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh, Theobald. What are you going to do to me?
Oh, let's not get into that just yet. It would be far too horrifying. Offer my protection. Yeah, we shall enter a contract, you and I. I shall bind you to my eternal service.
Striking a deal that profits off the other party's desperation? Just as I thought. You do not have an ounce of honor in you. Child, let this be a lesson to you. A cruel lesson. But you will have to accept this state of affairs for now, so the house can achieve its goals. Remember, what matters is that you reach Regent Aranto.
I beg your pardon, but what about my servants? Eurac V is still full of people loyal to House Orselio.
Well, I guess it's okay if the lady wishes to bring along a few pets.
I am afraid you leave me no choice, Lord Captain. I agree. Now take me to your vessel.
Now take me. You need say no more, lady. Take you I shall. Artemis Fowl, incorrect. Arch, there is 70 in favor of killing the Navigator. I don't think so. I was keeping track, but I'll look over it once this stream is done. And if you are correct, which I doubt, then, well, I'll play a game you want. If you are indeed correct, then I am sorry, and I will make it up to you, but
Follow my lead!
I mean, I was writing it down. I'm relatively sure. But I'm not going to make any too strident statements, because Arch knows how he is in math, sometimes. Unironically, Arch is the kind of person who can fuck up 2 plus 2. I can, and I probably have. Unironically, I have. This is my one burden to bear. My absolute inability to count. This is incidentally why I'm having Discordia make a system that automated all of this for me, so that a cold, uncaring computer can take care of all that silly calculations. But, I mean, this was relatively simple additions. My oh, hello.
None shall stand in my way.
My confidence remains relatively unshaken. Mike 11, will you really stick it into crazy? Well, I mean, unless you can find an alternative. Robert Wadsworth, $10. It's 40k. Everyone is crazy, so why not stick it into it? That is a very good argument. And it's a very good argument, in fact. Like, listen, you're either going to be celibate, or you're going to fuck somebody who's batshit insane. Pick your poison. And see, crazy girlfriends are not as bad as they sound, okay? Alright? Crazy girlfriends can actually be pretty great, and I have the scars to prove it. Alright? Okay? Sometimes. You just need to, as with all things in life, moderation, chat. Moderation. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first... You start hearing beating furiously, your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly and crew are glancing around, puzzlement searching for the source of this sudden wave of unease. With even looking at Voxmaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Of course. When you're ready for the ritual, please let me know. Replay stream it is. Oh, with the caveat they will remove me off YouTube. Oh god, I remember back in the day there was a Japanese game where you could rape people on a train, and it was the biggest controversy at the time. I mean, it was huge. Now that shit's a dime a dozen. Like, it was enormous. It was everywhere, right? It was, and there were countless articles and videos made about it. And even early YouTube, when there basically was no commentary community, people were still like, is this good? I mean, it's not real, so yeah. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigdis, then lowering her lashes slightly, turns to you. You are alive solely thanks to my magnanimity. Go to the sanctum now. No, we shall be kind to her. We shall pet her little head and stroke her gears. After a few seconds' hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. Rogue trader, you took advantage of my wretched position, forced me to board your vessel under fear of death, and now you stand there, expecting my cooperation. Please dispel once and for all the tenebrous fog of doubt in my mind. Am I a prisoner on this voyage ship? Not at all. I regret frightening you, although it's my only way to convince you to leave Eurac V. That, and I incidentally also got a lifelong contract on you. A monster like you to make yourself at home? Jesus. Or yourself. I am also deeply grateful that you saved my servants, especially my valet, Uwe, searched on the station more than 5 years. Served much longer than any who preceded him. He knows how to properly attend to me during journeys through the Material, and to what not to serve me for breakfast. His presence envelops me in a cloak of amber. But now, I am ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rites. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no reds. It shall be done. Oh, I hate one of the options here, which is like, I shall not satisfy your whims. No, this is how navigators work. Every navigator works in a different way. Some go to sleep and dream the path, some sing the path, some draw the path, some paint the path, some find the path in marbles, or animal hiccups, bones, or a million other things, okay? This is simply how they function. And as an educated individual, I know this. Roxmaster Vigdis, Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor Light help us all. Finn Khan, member, has been a member for 3 months. Thank you very much for your generous support, sir. You only have 2 options, either chastity or stick it in crazy. And no, it's not only in 40k. That's true. That is merely an aspect of life, I'm afraid. Initiating communion ritual. Come here. Come here, Ruve. I see violent vortexes lashing an ocean, with a million flails and umber shadows spinning over the surface in a fiery dance. A storm rising above foaming waters. Armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun pale's disk goes in a tireless pursuit of her. No, of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here, the light is deadened, the great ruler is gone. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I never ever heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. In fact, you received 5 lashes for this show of clumsiness. Recoil, said his word. To be fair, you know, she's acting a bit fucky-wucky, you know. Yeah, no, this is normal too. She's freaking out a bit. It's okay. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. Okay. Perhaps I was a bit hasty. Perhaps everything is not okay. The servants in the sanctum now are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain. Their throats roar from the strain, and then sudden silence, the dull thud of dropping bodies proclaim their fate.
I have lost.
It appears the servants were part of the Lady Navigator's rite, as if it was for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the sanctum. Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. Endless blackness is spread across the canvas, dividing what should be the whole in 2, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around, my brush only draws me onward. The way is black. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was a success. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depth of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chamber to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Spare me a few moments of your time, please. There are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I want to report on the condition of the station Eurac V. Had you opted to begin your visit to Rykat's system with a different destination, the station could have become critically unstable. Fortunately, the decision to immediately visit the representatives of Navis nobility bought us precious time. We can either send our force to disassemble the station and procure technical components for our vessel, or attempt to save as many valuables as we can. Very well. This sounds like a engage with your audience moment. Honor the tomb and take nothing. Strip it. Strip it for parts. And shiny things are good. There. Start pool. Pole. Start pool. Start pole. Start the pool. In the pole. Start the pole in the pool. Who even knows anymore? YouTube, don't do that. I was looking at the thing. Don't do that either, YouTube. As Art struggles to figure out how his own back end works yet again. There we are. Much better. Sujad donates €5. Thank you very much. I've dated crazy too. I'll see your physical scars and raise you psychological scars. Well, sir, it turns out that you did not pull out in time. See, the physical scars heal so much better than the psychological ones. Artemis Fowl, $20. I will think of a good game for you to play, Arch. Should have destroyed the monster while you had the chance. We'll see. I'll crunch the numbers, Artemis. I still think you are in the wrong here, and I still think you will be defeated. God. I was about to mention a few games I'd rather not play, but I think that would be a poor decision right about now. Alex Adamson for £2. Crazy girls are best girls. Psychos for the win. Correct. There is never a dull moment when you are constantly wondering whether or not the woman sat opposite you is reaching for the knife to cut her food or you with. See? Okay. There are two mistakes. There are two mistakes on my art piece. I do love my art piece dearly because this thumbnail is beautiful. I love this thumbnail, but there are two things wrong with it. One, you can see on the Imperial Aquila, both Aquilas are blind. Only one of them is supposed to be blind, as only one of them is there to represent the Navis Nobilitae. The other is supposed to have a little pinprick hole on it. And two, I don't have a scar on my forehead, which I got learning many valuable lessons about mentally unstable women. Kinesin 09. The ship is the main mistress. Oh. I mean, it'd be an awfully difficult logistical experiment to fuck a ship as large as this. It'd be hard. It'd be very hard. But I imagine I'd be up for the challenge.
I have lost. Shit.
Let's see. 158 votes, 2 minutes. We'll leave it a minute or two more. Navazarian says, date amateurs. I'm married crazy. Let's just say that wasn't the bright idea. Well, let's hope your wife doesn't watch streams. See, yeah, that's what I say. Moderation, chat. Moderation, okay? Dating crazy is good. Dating crazy is beneficial. Everyone should date a crazy woman at least once, okay? Just for the experience, okay? Just once. And then you need to know when to pump the brakes, you know, when to just go like, okay, all right, I'm in danger. Time to change my address, etc. It's very, very important. It's a skill. It's a skill. Alex Adamson, show us your scar. Turn on your webcam. Never. It's the one on my forehead. It can be difficult to see, but I have a very distinct little bit of scar tissue there after a rather sudden impact from a thrown object. Alright. 4 minutes. Strip it for parts. 42. Ooh, shiny goods was up to 39 there for a second. 20% of the audience are good, honest, honorable people who are like, do not desecrate the tomb. Everyone else is carrying piles of valuables out in both hands, looking over their shoulders like, you coming? Alright, 183, 184 votes, 4 minutes. It looks like the strip it for parts has it. Yep, 5 minutes. We'll call it there, strip it for parts. Wins a
Service
noble
guarantees citizenship.
and honorable victory. Strip it. As you command, Lord Captain. With your permission, I would also like to remind you that we are still looking for an Engineer Prime. Both the vessel and his machine spirit are in desperate need of oversight by an experienced tech priest. We are also missing some crew, and much more importantly, we have not yet located Heinrich von Kalox, the right hand of the Lord Inquisitor. Now we know for sure that he was not at Eurac V, so keep this in mind when making future plans. Doesn't it mean how wonderful everything is? No, he's my servant and a professional. He is acting exactly as he should, video game. Thank you, Victus. That will be all. Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently in the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. My pet seems to have wandered outside her golden cage. How tragic. Wardrobes are pretty nice. I see why she would gravitate towards it.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
The Navigator engrossed in perusing the dusty tomes, which appear to have been neglected by the other officers, be it because of sloth or dullness of mind. When more closer looks up at you starts and hides a weathered book behind her back. She is such an adorable little cutie puss. Like, she is exactly like the thumbnail presents her, okay? She's like, oh my god, Lord Navigator. Lord Rogue Trader, oh. This is her to a T right there. I see you're fond of reading. What do you think you're doing?
I have
Leave the
lost.
bridge.
Shit.
We shall be kind. It pleases me to see that you're adjusting to life aboard the ship.
Compared to Eurac V, your ship is a boundless world of unfamiliar hues. And yet, the abundance of bright colors can at times be wearisome on the eyes. The bridge and the decks are so clamorous. In my search for a place of quiet, I was fortunate to come upon this islet of serenity filled with rare tomes and practically devoid of color.
She's a little cutie puss. That's all she is. She's just a little cutie puss, okay? That's it. Small talk. I think you're fond of reading.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves, and I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Boku no Navigator wa konani kawaii hazuganai desu. Oh, yes. I pronounced that one pretty okay as well. I'm proud of myself.
Eurac V had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
This title right here, for example, is particularly fascinating. It's called The Oiled Up Blood Angel and the Submissive Space Wolf. I don't understand a lot of what it says, but I gather that the two main characters love each other dearly. Or this one. This one has a naked commissar in the front, with an enormous cup shaped like an aquila. It's called Breaking the Guard. Okay. It's canon now that she's an enormous Fujoshi, okay? It is canon that she is the biggest boys' love lover out there, alright? And she has no idea why everybody looks at her weirdly. Must have shaken you greatly. Are you well?
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders, but it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Good, good.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis Nobility. But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior in your question just now insulting.
See, now I feel bad. Where is the option to just lean in and pet her head gently?
No, it is not that at all, Lord Captain. It is just that Uwe is quite capable of carrying out his duties by himself. He is well accustomed to my whims and preferences.
Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed finger in the folds of her clothes. The natural appearance of Navigator often becomes the topic of gossip among lovely servants and officers alike. I shall have them beaten.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs, showing an interest in the books I am enjoying. You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I. I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Again. Boku no Navigator wa konani kawaii desu. Hazuganai. Hazuganai, that was one. Hazuganai. She's just a cutie puss, okay? That is all she is. She's just an adorable little kitty cat. That is all she is. Far more complicated than common sympathy. Ooh, we are laying it on thick today, aren't we? Empathy for a mutant, however. The crew's well-being hinges on that of its navigator. She is an adorable little thing, though. I'm going to need to find out exactly who's romanceable, but since chat right now is arguing for Breed Navigator, for Nekusi, we shall go with this one. Lady Cat just leans in like I'm far more than sympathetic. I'm sorry, but I like it when men have sex with men, not with mutants. Oh boy.
Lord Captain?
Gasp.
So many colorful sparks are flaring to life and dimming all around you. It is a veritable ocean of emotions. There are so many of them that I can barely see the pure white sincerity of your words. Okay, seriously. Best romances Arashuele, okay? This is actually quite good. I'm enjoying this. Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station. Of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Eurac V. So, why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
touches her boobs. I don't know, miss. We should probably have that investigated immediately.
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing.
Oh yes, quite amusing indeed. I'd rather find amusement elsewhere, at the privacy of my chambers. Oh, it's a bit heavy-handed, don't you think? Plus, she is unironically innocent. If you told her this was, oh, what? Are we going to play the cards on your bed? Like, what are we going to do on the bed, Oni-chan? Oh, who knows? And if addressing me, no. Terms of doubt not too long ago. Let's not make it. No, never make it about you. If a woman is like me, then you don't step in and go like, oh, we're talking about ourselves now. Me. No, then she'll shoot you. So people, just remember to keep your emotion checked. And for our duties, no, we will go for option 1 rather than option 2.
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued. You should familiarize yourself with some of the works in your library to learn the appropriate manner of conversing with a lady.
A delicate blush suffuses her cheeks. Oh, I think I know exactly how to converse with the lady. Covers her burning face and swiftly exits the room. Boku no Navigator wa kona ni kawaii hazu ga nai. And I think I know exactly how to talk with the lady. Yes. Okay, we've forgotten all about the crew's discomfort in this. Like, oh, by the way, before you leave, you're making the crew uncomfortable. Never mind. Let's see. Boys love secrets of gallant conduct. How to express your feelings to a noble lady. She was reading a no-man's novel, that little wench. An admirer who seeks the favor of a refined lady is well advised to maintain pointed courtesy and finesse in his every deed. An honorable admirer will never defile a noble lady's ears with crude or indecent words, and neither will he allow himself conduct that could besmirch her honor and dignity. Too right. Above all, the admirer should remember that a relationship with the right choice of words begins with the right choice of words. Shower your lady with compliments that will accentuate her finest qualities without putting her in a position of discomfort. To be fair, that's fucking hard sometimes. A word chosen elegantly and spoken with genuine warmth may bring about a change in the lady's eyes as she looks upon you. Once your interactions have grown more intimate, always be sure to remember the simple rules of etiquette. For example, should the lady drop her handkerchief, the deepest expression of sympathy for her would be to perform the following gesture. Pick up the handkerchief, wait a brief moment, then bring the handkerchief to your lips and touch it lightly before returning it to the lady.
Heresy's the
This
question.
noble gesture will
Fire is
assure
the
the lady
answer.
of the seriousness of your intentions. I don't know about that. I immediately have a vision burst through my mind of a woman in public, a modern woman, right? She's rushing around, she's hurrying to her new job, and she drops a handkerchief on the ground. And this big, fat, fedora-wearing motherfucker, neckbeard and everything, sweeps it out of the ground and pushes it gently to his lips, like a good lick. Hands it over. My darling lady, you seem to have dropped this. Milady. And the next thing that happens is she screams, and then the police gets involved, and you know, the usual. Sniff, yeah. Ah, milady. The far less likely scenario in this case is that she looks at the guy, eyes are fluttering, reaching out one delicate hand like, oh my, what a gentleman. No, no, sir, I'm afraid sexual harassment charges are in your future. Countless sexual harassment charges. Remember that the flower bud of true feelings takes time to blossom. That is true. Flower buds take time. Patience, loyalty, and impeccability in adhering to the decorum of the nobility is key to earning the lady's favorable disposition. I kind of like how Owlcat added that in there as literally just a guide. Like, okay, you wanna have a go at that, Nikusi? Well, here's the rules, without really spelling it out. You know, basic decorum. And to be fair, this is basic decorum, but still, valuable? I wonder if there's gonna be a book next to Bolter Bitch at some point, which is like, some women like violence. If given the opportunity, simply push her down and show her your emperor. Look, I've even encased it in gold, just for you. Snaps fingers. Emperor begins shining. Look, I've even recreated his golden light. Now, come worship at the altar. You came for Rogue Trader. You stayed for the relationship advice. See, TBA 113 also has a good idea there. That the Judge Dredd version picks up handkerchief with a baton. Littering is a crime. 7 years in the ISO cubes. Be happy I don't recycle you for this. That would be the Judge Dredd response. Right. Barring any further romantic interruptions. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I hear Master Versarian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. Impertinence. You better have a vagina or your time aboard my ship is spent. Warm up the airlock, please, sirs. Did I miss a super chat? I did. Thank you very much for the reminder. The DCV Titan says, yep, knowing when to pull out is a skill. Correct. Sinishnev, there is actually a bug in-game that you seem to have gotten. For some reason, you will get events with Cassia, resulting in that you can be put into a relationship with her instantly. Happened to me. Really now? Huh. I'll have to check that afterwards if that's like 100% locked in or something. But I'm presuming the elf Ussy is still open as well. Presuming. I'll try. Let's see. Note that down so I can check it out afterwards. Thank you for noticing, though, or for warning me. Mechanicus on duty says she clearly wants to be chased. Prepare the hounds. Oh. You mean like in Game of Thrones? Silverian donates 10 euros. Here, Arch, have some money. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. McWild 11. The true sniff job, the mental image is amazing. Isn't it just? And the expression on the woman's face, you know, one hand held up in front of her as if to claim the tissue, horrified, you know, brows furrowed, You know, as her brain thinks to herself, I should thank him. Yet at the same time, there's a voice in the back of her head screaming, he's going to rape me. Maybe. Could happen. You're not safe.
Service
You are
guaranteed
within
citizenship.
graping distance, after all. You better run. Run, or the grape wagon will catch you. Full-on mating press style. Clap, 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 and so forth. This is not the conduct of an office. I'm sorry, Adelblad. The chat made me. But these are the antics of a highborn brat out on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. I apologize, sir, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb him. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a higher-ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avrila Vent, requesting permission to speak. I mean, you're already talking to me. On a matter of extreme importance and urgency. Okay. Okay, chat. So, here's the thing. This is actually one of the best missions in the game, in my opinion. Like, this was the best side quest in the entire, like, beta, right? Because I love this side quest. This is a fantastic side quest, okay? This is a great side quest. And I learned many lessons whilst undergoing it. Many lessons indeed. Now, in case you haven't seen it, I'm going to play it out the same way I did the first time. Because this is a great quest. And, man, it was one of those moments when I realized, no. This game actually allows you. You are supposed to roleplay this as if it is 40k. They actually understand some of the elements of 40k. Okay? So this is the correct answer right here. Like, you shall not do this. You will be punished. Throw her off the bridge, Adelblad. This is the correct point. But like, this one's good too. This one's understandable. This one's not. Don't know. This one bad. This one's okay. This one is like, don't bicker on the bridge, you fucking retards. I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that drastic times called for drastic measures. There is protocol in place for a reason, woman. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted, and the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Vent is almost trembling with tension as he delivers her speech, her face extremely pale. Adelblad, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical huff. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Verserian and to intervene in what is happening on the lower decks, because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. Vent reels off her last words as though she knows them by heart. She has clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she's finished, she catches an anxious glance at Adelblad, then at you. What was my choice here? I think it was this one, because right now, like, because Adelblad has done nothing wrong, but I think I accused him of something. One, I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue trader's attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rules across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later we were still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Adelblad scoffs. Needless to say, the rumors were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it. Correct. But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I am sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontent directly, he will quell the unrest. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you will ask the Lord Captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I have already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them. If I may, your lordship, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. Incorrect, woman. But we'll continue down the wrong path. I shall explain. I beg you to hurry. Time is running out. I will not hurry. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way that things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not to be distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so of course when I received information about cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took matters in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valencius will find refuge on her ship. You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Versarian. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink, Ben says bitterly. Now there is a strike on the lower decks. In Depot 4, to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection. But when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. It pains me, but I'm picking the ones I thought I had happened. I chose. I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interest of our protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to conform the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assaulting unit, and speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying or harboring heretics. That way you will stop the uprising before it begins. 6 is the correct option. 6 is the correct option. 5 is the better option. 4, I think, is the one I picked, and it is the wrong option. See, again, this is what was so good about this quest, because the Essential has done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong whatsoever. But in my blinkered ignorance, I thought that this was something good. Like, oh, the poor little workers. Oh, the poor people. I'll go down there and I'll speak to them, and I'm sure they'll be reasonable. I'm sure they will see me and they'll be like, gosh, massa, and fall to their pathetic, stained, dirty knees and beg for my forgiveness, as they should. But they did not. And I shall repeat my errors in this, so as to demonstrate to you this excellent little quest. Did I pick 5? I mean, I hope so, because at this point, I should already be leaning towards my Seneschal, so 5 it is. Throne preserve you, Lord Captain. I thank you for your support. Alvar grits his teeth slightly. An enterprise boarding on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you. They threw toilet water at him. He just turns around. Spins. Adelblad reflexively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startlingly human gesture and a telling one. A rare moment where he allows his age and weariness to show through his armor-like veneer of self-assurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. The people dared to disrespect a Syrian officer. They would not have had the chance to express such disrespect if we were not here, and if the situation had been dealt with by the relevant officers. It is a junior officer's worst failing to pass problems up the chain of command. I have never been able to abide it. I shall say it again. It was a mistake to come here. Lieutenant Vance Whim, Lord Captain. He is correct. He should not have been in a position to disrespect a superior officer. This is a wonderful. I don't know if they intended this as it, but in Robert Heinlein's book, Starship Troopers, which everyone should read, by the way, you are required to read it. If I was tyrant of the Earth, it would be required reading 3 times as you grew up. Once in basically kindergarten, the moment you started to read, then in middle school, when you had a little bit more of an understanding develop, and then finally, as you entered like higher learning, so that you can be like, oh God, I understand now. There is a scene in that where during a maneuver, the training officer orders everyone to lay down on the ground, like hit the ground, you're under fire. And one of the troopers gets back up again because he laid down in an anthill. And the commanding officer immediately goes over and hits him in the back of the leg to make him like fall over, right? And it's like, get down, trooper, you're on fire. And the guy stands up and hits the commanding officer. Like, gives him a real good hit to the face, right? And this becomes a huge deal now. And there becomes a whole event around, a whole series of things. Because he obviously, now he struck a superior officer. So he struck a commanding officer in the field during what was a live fire exercise. So they need to bring this to the commander because he insists on reporting this. The soldier insists on reporting this, even as the officer is ready to play it off. So now you have a soldier assaulting a superior during a live fire exercise, and the commanding officer is like, okay, we gotta play this by the book. Do you wish a court-martial, son? To the soldier. And he was like, yeah, he struck me. Like, he made me lie down on the ants. Like, that is well within his right. That is within the officer's right. And the entire point of this, when eventually they managed to pass it off and simply just dismiss the guy, right, instead of court-martialing him, where he would have been executed for this offense, they managed to de facto save his life. The commanding officer turns to the officer, the training officer, and says, how the hell did you allow this to happen? How the fuck did you allow one of your soldiers to hit you and risk his own life in doing so? Because that was the failing of the officer, far more so than the soldier. Read Starship Troopers. It is a fantastic book. The DCV Titan donates $5 Canadian. Thank you very much. Wait, you can get Xenosi in this game? On one hand, Heresy. On the other hand, if it's good enough for Reboot, eh? That's true. And yes, I'm pretty sure you can bang the Eldar. I must admit that the lieutenant is by no means the worst material for an officer. But in the name of terror, the girl is the same age as my elder's great-granddaughter, and she has the gall to tell me how to manage the lower decks and hunt down cultists.
The question.
It will be
Fire
another
is the
20
answer.
years at least before she can be trusted to act without oversight. Edelblard, 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 and Edelblard. Alright. There. No. Let's not press the reset button. There.
It's about time.
And let's level up whilst we're at it. Yes, Yuri Swordsman. Zim, the drill officer, does indeed offer to resign for that fuck-up, because it was a big, big fuck-up. Ooh. Equal to the fellowship bonus. That's pretty good. Willpower bonus, temporary wounds. What's my willpower? My willpower is 30. Okay, meh. Focus, definitely. Stack even more fellowship. I feel like I've got a lot of fellowship now. Or, fellowship is 60. That's pretty good. Ballistic skill. No, let's keep stacking that fellowship a bit more. Focus in on it. Warrior. And you haven't freed up sword enemy. Target. That one's really good. Reckless strike. Parry. Ignores lots of parry, which is also quite good. Reckless strike. Corral's athletic. He's probably my best athletic guy, isn't he? His athletic is 40. Okay. 30, 30, 25. Yep, he's definitely my best athletic guy. So, athletic it is then. Athletics, yes. Oh, complete. There we go. I was wondering why I wasn't leveling up. JD is the new gold standard. Says, it may be a community joke, but memes with the lion having an aneurysm at Blueberry shacking up with an Eldar makes me giggle like a schoolchild. As he should. He should hear that, like, Gilliman, you're allied with an Eldar? Yeah. And she's a little hot one that you live with. Yeah. Click, click. There are more heretics around here than I thought. Perception bonus damage. That's not bad. What is your perception? 45. Yes, fresh target's not bad, actually. And we might as well increase it, too. Bolt-a-bitch, bolt-a-bitch. Ballistic skill is bolt-a-bitch. Dash, controlled shot. Soldier that has automatically dodge the soldier's next attack. Okay, that's kind of cool. Spend a lot of time making a surface wants to cover physically. Concentrate fire. Fire doubled, but dealing rounds of damage also fire and fire. I like rapid fire. Is it good? Maybe not. But it's rapid fire. It's ducka, 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 ducka. And I like the idea of ducka, 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 ducka. Right. Willpower. A base skill. Base law Xenos. Base law Warp. I may boost her awareness even more. Ah, right, there's a whole lot of these too. Oh god, there's a long list of stuff. Damage now an additional percent attacks of opportunity, can't dodge them. Check, Perilous Way. Perception. Action point, Eye of Oblivion. Tonicity. God, there are so many skills. Makes all the resistance with their willpower. That's pretty good. Dodge calculated perception. Definitely. Pick that one. That one's great. Seize the initiative. That one's pretty good too. Welcome enough to engage next turn.
Service guarantees
Yep,
citizenship.
that one's really good. That was really good. Pick that one. And characteristic. Oh, she had 2 levels. Okay, I was wondering why this just kind of kept going. Willpower.
I
Alright,
won't
onwards.
tolerate weakness.
But make sure to check for
My
hidden
warp
treasures.
sight reveals something.
Like that. And as well, perhaps examining the pipe will allow you to reach it.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Examining the pipe.
They fear to look at me because of my appearance. I fear to look at them because of their rotten-colored souls.
They're rotten
The
colored
world
souls.
is full of colors I have never seen before.
Examining the pipes. I'm actually well,
How
examining.
can one find the right
How does
way
one
without
examine?
his light?
I am looking around for things to interact with. I'm not
None shall stand in
seeing
my
anything.
way.
Oh no, that's okay. Why can I not? Valve. Valve?
A new challenge for me.
Meh. Valve? I mean, I see valves, but I don't seem to be able to click on them. Good. Give.
Victory awaits! I'm always ready.
I'm genuinely a little confused now.
I tire of idleness. Let's move.
Valve!
Follow my lead.
I mean, I can see the valve. The valve is lit up. I just don't... I can't click it or anything.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Valve, valve, valve. Valve. Is it mayhaps the
None shall
incorrect valve?
stand in my way.
Valve? Valve. Valve! Yeah,
It's
I
about
can't
time.
I can't click on them. So
Doubt is for the weak.
there's no contextual menu in
They
this game,
say
is
a little
there?
bit of humility never hurts anyone.
Attack
I help
valve?
others better themselves by wholeheartedly humiliating them at every step.
No. Not attack valve. Okay. Right, never
New
mind.
challenge for me?
More valve. There's valves everywhere, goddammit. And there are countless valves, none of which can be clicked. Okay. Just out of potential, let's reload the scene. Just in case. A spark. You started a romance. Oh, okay. Well.
Victory awaits!
Nope. Okay, well, let's hope the valves are not very important. There's the assault team. The sound of a heated discussion reverberates through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Avril Event, or the ship's enforcers, is barring the path of a heavy-built assault unit officer, and judging by their expression and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already and has now reached the boiling point. I have my orders to put an end to the unrest and purge this sector. You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission: the first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all my lessons fall on deaf ears. Your lordship. Noticing you, the 2 junior officers snap their attention and salute, their subordinates following suit a moment later. Content, it's outrageous. Then pales slightly. The people are getting desperate, clearly. They saw the assault unit and decided they had nothing left to lose. I mean, I apologize, Lord Captain. It is outrageous. I'm sure the people simply didn't recognize you. It wouldn't have occurred otherwise. We will deal with them once the current situation is resolved. What's the situation? Your lordship, my people have locked down the bay where the strikers are including the leaders. We have the situation under control as far as resources allow. Alright, you should not be speaking to the strikers, but here we go. Adelbrow's mouth twists, but he restrains himself and says nothing. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck.
Follow my lead.
Valves.
We must act.
Valves. Valve.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Valve. Nope. No valve. The tragedy of the valveless.
It's about time.
I have become the involuntary valve celibate. A tragedy the likes of which has rarely been seen aboard a rogue trader ship. Burnson says they should have named her Avrilla Vini. They should have. Or simply just traitorous woman. A dozen pair of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange to the outright grotesque. That too is normal, by the way. Mutation on the lower decks of a void ship, entirely normal. Not purge-worthy at all. It is simply just what happens when you stow humanity together in tiny places for extended periods of time. A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy in their reaction. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd, an elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Lord Captain, you have come down to us. This is striking. That's news to us, your lordship. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Rivet, snaps the old woman, who turns her hostile dark eyes on you. Here's the deal, your lordship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to hold base for a week at a time, so we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers. The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle with the toe of her worn-out shoe. This woman is going to get a lot of people killed. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. Stagger, it's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks, and who grew up amidship and has no feeling towards us. Your lordship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed on us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. Adelblad, do you have anything to add? I authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding in this sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me. Clear disgruntled at having to explain himself in the workers' presence. I know, Adelblad. I'm sorry for dragging you through this. I am. I know better now, but we gotta do this. Nevertheless, I'm certain that actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stewarders. They are enemies and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action. Correct. The persecution started apropos of nothing, you say? I was told that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics hiding here. A cultist amulet? What's that? The gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The enforcers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around. Definitely not. And if they were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for this amulet, whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when that fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with, nobody ever treated these decks and boots, treaded these decks and boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seemed to me these cultists have better commanders than us. Oh yeah, those boots were really fine. There was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We didn't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. And when we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motors. The same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your lordship, we are people of faith. Naive children. Weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch-enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. Last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I'd had my third little one. That is regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of holy fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought the evil down on himself and his neighbors? And now for the cringeworthy part. What changes do you demand? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain himself is asking us to build rats what we want. And so she continues to push her luck. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat and stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here. And we want to be armed. And this was the point in the original recording when Arch picked up his shotgun and checked if it was loaded. Give us arms and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves. These cultists do show their faces. I've been a leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of these club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. And even the other leaders are immediately like, ooh, boy, that's not a good idea. You've gone too far, old man. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks, too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultists' bodies and we'll talk to them. One lower deck into another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. Old woman continues to make things worse. You speak for yourself and your clan. I'll speak for mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the anointed ones turn his back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before. All because we dared to speak out. The tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds he opened his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval. I'll give an order for the enforcers to withdraw. No! You failed to commit and not now. Everyone will be eliminated. Thoughts, Adelbert? I'm not going to humiliate him any further. Coercion? Be even worse. Once more, the enforcers need to maintain oversight order. Withdraw those demands and we will consider the rest. We will consider the rest. No. No. We will not consider the rest. We will not. Like, see, this is the better option, right? The objectively better option. It'll allow you to resolve it without danger. I've got a 100% chance, but we will not consider the other options. These are fucking dangerous deviants and rebels. They are asking to be armed. They are protecting those. Like the woman's a chaos heretic, no doubt about it. Oh yeah, those damned fine boots. Those chaos heretics are better leaders than us. 4. You have failed to convince me of your trustworthiness. This unrest ends now, and everyone involved will eat dirt today. No, Lord Captain, I swear my loyalty to you. I beg you, have mercy. Cassia. Yes, sir. If you want to mow down everyone in Endeavor 4, you can start with me, Avril Lavente. Very well. But stop this. This is treason. Sorry, I let everybody down. It's not clear who her words refer to. Adelblad, her comrades, or striking workers who are now doomed to die. Vent reaches forward and grabs the barrel of the soldier's weapon. And pull trigger. Good boy.
Submit, and you'll die quickly.
Brace yourself!
It is the only way. Alright, Argenta. Where do we place you for maximum annihilating destruction? Probably right about there, I think. Alright, Adelblad. In front, of course. Myself, taking up the position of honor in the rear. And Idira, you shall become my walking shield. And like, no matter how you look at this, they are the sheer goal to be like, arm us. No. No, 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 no. Nobody is arming you. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Why can't I use that one? Oh, this is her free turn thingy. Oh, okay. Yeah. By 13 for 1 round. Yep. Buff Argenta. Alright, Argenta. It is time for the boom, boom,
Doubt
boom.
is for the weak.
Run and gun.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Rapid fire.
This is unacceptable.
What? Next person attack. Yeah, but I haven't ended turn yet.
I refuse.
What? Video game! What about with that one? There you go. Yes, yes. Rapid fire.
As the Emperor commands me, strike is a prayer.
Point blank oozy goodness. Just like the God Emperor intended. Alright, Adelblad. Oh no, Idira.
But of course, be gone.
Become experience.
Stop mocking me. I will endure.
Good, stormtroopers.
High momentum.
And you 3 will die particularly horribly, staring into the warp as it claims you.
Demands.
To the heretics!
The shotgunner is trying to piss off Argenta. I don't know how wise that is, but
Faith shields me.
The AI allies are a significantly greater danger to me than my opposition is. I feel as if maybe that requires a little bit of nerfing, honestly.
All too easy.
Oh, Maybe I shouldn't have stepped into the smoke cloud before
That's
firing my
actually
weapon.
sound approach.
Perhaps that was actually very silly.
I took care of this one.
Stop it!
Stop it, indeed. I'm sorry, sir, for shooting your companions repeatedly. We're a bit retarded down here. You haven't really paid your stormtroopers well enough. Stormtrooper school was interrupted repeatedly.
Shall stand in my way.
Or, alternatively, we found this fascinating book, sir. It's called Star Wars, and it too has stormtroopers in it. We've elected to learn from their glorious example.
Victory awaits!
I love this quest, though, because as you go down, you expect them to be reasonable. You expect them to just be like, "Oh, master, the police,
Follow my lead.
the police, they beat us, they did." And if that was all, I'd be like, "Okay, calm down. They seem to be decent enough. They seem to be loyal people. Chill out. Back off a little bit, and let's see what happens."
To the stars.
But no, instead they go like, "How about you give us weapons? How about you leave us alone? How about we get self-governance?" No. No to all of that. I have an urgent matter to discuss with you, Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Adelblad too wisely moves the Lord Captain away from anyone who can hear what he's about to say. Adelblad looks at you and his last vestige of restraint vanishes. "Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? You made a harsh but necessary decision, but before that you danced the tune of a panicking junior officer. You put your life at unnecessary risk in the midst of a potential uprising, and your actions triggered everything that followed. If you hadn't given Lieutenant Vent false hope and then snatched it away again, she wouldn't have snapped. You had no business going anywhere near the lower decks. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valencia's Protectorate?" Now, he is talking out of turn, so he does need a little bit of reprimand, but there is truth to his criticism. "I should say so." He heaves a sigh, but he visibly relaxes. "You simply needed to trust me." I know, bro. I know, bro. I know. I'm sorry. I was showing it to the chat. I'm sorry. Okay? I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember, Lord Captain Theodora, do you think ever set one slippered foot on the lower deck? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to a grand design for a protectorate, as any true strategist and rogue trader ought. Now, he is still too infatuated with my predecessor. Trifling matter with one of theirs. Ship, and I will not repeat her mistake. That's not... None of these are good, but one is the least terrible one. Stundon exhales loudly, then he nods curtly. "I commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis. And I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself. The prosperity of the Von Valencia's Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds, they create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left everything behind. I had known everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods, to distant frontiers on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything that had been built over years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planet. I tell you honestly, without fear of appearing weak, all this has come to a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excess to requirements. I think I'm sure I'll follow your recommendations. Three or four? Three's a little submissive. I would like to be a little bit more like, I'm the boss now. And well, you and I have a new decision to make, but that's a little bit too aggressive too. Neither one of these is great, but 3 is probably the closest one. Like, 4 works as well. But I want to throw him a bone. I want to be like, yeah, you're a good boy. It says you don't like to be just this. Throw him a bone. Yeah, throw him a bone. Adelbert dips his head in the sign of assent. The shadows of incredible strain, which evidently had been wearing on him for some time, finally lifts from his face. I am glad you see the value in the foundations laid down by your illustrious predecessor. Why fix what isn't broken? As for me, I shall endeavor not to cause you any further consternation, my lord. And now, please, let us leave the lower decks. If the rogue trader desires to stretch his legs, there are far more suitable places.
It's about time.
That's a really good quest. That is a really, really, really good quest. And it gives you a great bit of insight into how the 41st millennium works. How these starships actually do function. Alright. 3 hours, or just shy of it anyways. I consider that sufficient apology for the lack of D&D today. The D&D is scheduled for Thursday. It will resume as normal next week. There was... I didn't do it this week because I was on the side-scrollers, and I did not know when I'd be done with that. So I didn't want to set up D&D on the same day. Especially as D&D is usually played like an hour after I went on the side-scrollers. That would be really, really brief. And I made that commitment long before D&D, so, you know, I had to. Probably there is not a whole lot of prospect for a rescheduling this week, because Saturday, of course, is ArchCast, and Sunday they will be the supporter-exclusive stream for Patreon and Subscribestar and YouTube members and all of that. No, I cannot go for 1 more hour. I'm sorry. This game is tiring, and I still haven't gotten my snacks. Once I've gotten some good snacks, then I can actually, like, refurbish myself in the midway. We can go for longer sessions, but, for now, I'll wrap it up. Thank you all very much for watching, of course, as always, and thank you all for your super generous donations throughout the day as well. We had a good little war over our Navigator, and, thankfully, she's still allowed to breathe, instead of being abandoned on that station, dying slowly in the void, which would have been a tragedy of epic proportions. And, of course, good night and sleep tight. Let's see. Is there anybody around to raid today, I wonder? My 111 side-scrollers, Link, Gib. Yes, I've got them. Side-scrollers. You can find them on YouTube. They are just side-scrollers. 2 words, side-scrollers. It is ran by one of the people who used to run Screw Attack, if you know of that name. It is a very, very old name on the interwebs, but if you are as ancient as I, you may know of it. He was a very gracious host, and I had a great time on it. They are on YouTube, so side scrollers, 2 words. And back to that whole "is there anyone online to raid" thingy. V's online. Okay. Alright, chat. We're gonna raid V. Yell at V. V did not show up for D&D. V deserves a little bit of yelling today. V deserves, at the very least, to need to make an explanation to you all. Claim his testicles and his cheeks, and do with them as you must, even if that action includes a cheese grater and a very small bowl. Have a good night.
I have lost. Shit.